It was supposed to be New York in 6, but now it's looking like the Pacers might send the Knicks packing. Now, people are starting to realize that Kevin Garnett was totally right when he said this.
It's just Haliburton, bro. When he's A1, bro, it's hands down.
Yeah,
it's just when he don't come A1, bro, they struggle. They go how he go a lot of times.
He's making everybody better.
He making ding.
Man, he run that offense.
Because he helps Nimhard get off. He helps a lot of that shit move.
And they confident. You can tell he installed confidence in them.
Less than 10 days after that, the Haliband took over New York, recording a stat line that has never been recorded in playoff history. 32 points, 15 assists, 12 rebounds, with 0 turnovers. And to think, this came off the back of Stephen A. Smith saying Haliburton isn't a superstar.
Yes, they did. Haliburton being a superstar, right? I'm like, yo, he's a damn good player. He's not overrated. The brother can ball again, but he ain't a superstar. Yeah.
But what did KG see that most of the league missed? While many people are still hesitant to label Haliburton a superstar, a hesitation that wasn't there when they called him overrated, KG recognizes Hallie's superstar moves.
I know the Reddit on him or the narrative on him, and like he ain't no superstar. He doing superstar type shit, bro. Motherfucker 30, 32, 10, and 15, 16, with no turnovers.
He looking like the modern day Magic Johnson.
Do you know how hard it is to record such numbers even in a regular season game? Now, try doing that in the playoffs, when defenses are locked in and every possession matters. There's a difference between proving people wrong and making them thankful they were anonymous when they call you overrated. Tyrese Haliburton didn't just quiet his doubters, he made sure the receipts were stapled to the scoreboard. This is something Kevin Garnett is calling the Haliburton effect, and it's real.
The Haliburton effect is a real effect, and I'm just watching you grow in front of all of us.
That effect is what's propelling Indiana through the playoffs. Because when your point guard can drop 30 without dominating the ball, dish out 15 assists without turning it over, you're dealing with a different breed of star. That's why they keep calling him the last of a dying breed of pure guards. You see, Hallie is not dunking on people. He's not flexing after every bucket. He's not barking in post-game interviews or posting cryptic messages. He's just hooping, efficiently and lethally. And maybe that's why the overrated tag ever stuck to begin with. In an NBA that thrives on loud personalities and highlights culture, Haliburton plays the game like a seasoned conductor. He controls the tempo, feels the moment, and finds harmony in chaos. But now, the Haliburton discussion has shifted. Suddenly, the same voices that once questioned his place in the league are praising his IQ, his poise, and Jay Will compared him to Magic Johnson.
I'm not saying he is a top 10 greatest point guard of all time. Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. I would hope.
Here we go. Okay.
You're going yet.
But you love him. You love Tyrese Haliburton. There is an opportunity for him. I mean, watch him play. There are flashes of Magic. There are flashes of Stockton. There are flashes of some of the most brilliant point guards of our generation.
But for KG, the best thing about Haliburton is not just how he's playing. One of the things that Kevin Garnett always valued most in his teammates was unselfishness. That's why when he started talking about Tyrese Haliburton, it wasn't just about the stats. It was about the intangibles, the leadership, the feel. Tyrese Haliburton is the engine behind the most balanced scoring attack in the league. Against the Cavs, Indiana had 6 players scoring double figures in the playoffs. It's not just one guy jacking up 35 shots a night. It's a basketball symphony, and Haliburton is the conductor. Their 116.5 offensive rating this season speaks for itself. Also, the pace control is elite. Haliburton dictates the rhythm of the game like a quarterback who's always a step ahead of the blitz. And when your QB is unflappable, the rest of the team settles in. That's what Garnett meant when he said Haliburton gives you confidence just by being on the floor. But leadership isn't just about offense. It's not even just about basketball. Sometimes it shows up in moments where the box score doesn't matter. And Tyrese proved that in a way that had nothing to do with assists or buzzer beaters. After a heated Celtics-Knicks game, a Pacers fan named Hans Perez got trashed literally.
Nah! Oh! Nah! Oh! Yeah!
Shit, she's trying to save the day. Oh, shit. Yo! Nah!
It was ugly, classless. But Haliburton's response? Pure class. He invited and flew Perez to Game 4 in Indiana. Here's Perez giving the love right back and also predicting Game 4 correctly.
Tyrese did great. Tyrese did awesome. Yeah, he laid out the red carpet for me. This is great.
Well, I think because you're here, that's why they're letting Tyrese's dad back in the building as well.
Yeah.
What are you expecting from tonight's game, Hans?
Oh, tonight we're going up 3-1.
This was Haliburton's way of making the statement that if you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. That's not just leadership, that's family. And in a playoff run defined by grit, trust, and togetherness, it was the perfect symbol of what this Pacers team is becoming. And with Haliburton on his A game, they're built to last.
The fact that you are in the small market doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, Indiana is God when it comes to basketball. Basketball is religion there. Y'all gonna always sell out. Y'all gonna always have people that care, booing, chanting, being there, going to grocery store, high-fiving, pumping gas. Hey.
Kevin Garnett always said that Indiana wasn't just a basketball town, it was a basketball church. People don't just watch games there, they live them. So when KG started talking about Tyrese Haliburton being tailor-made for Indiana, he wasn't just talking about the X's and O's. He was talking about identity, about fit, about finding a player who could not only carry a team, but represent a city. And right now, Tyrese Haliburton is representing. Historically, small markets don't get the spotlight unless you're winning. But Indiana's different. The fans there remember. They still chant Reggie's name. They still want to wear Jermaine O'Neal jerseys. That's the kind of loyalty Haliburton walked into, and that's the kind of loyalty he's now earning. That's where KG's perspective comes in. Garnett knows the weight of carrying a small market team. He did it in Minnesota for over a decade. He saw what it meant to a city when their guys stayed loyal. But how far can they go with that? Paul Pierce compared this Pacers to the Toronto Raptors team that won the championship in 2019. That's how far they can go. Interestingly, Toronto had Pascal Siakam teaming up with Kawhi, just as the Pacers have him doing with Hallie now.
They reminded me of that Toronto team that won it with Kawhi. Just a bunch of just dogs. Kyle Lowry and them, Siakam was on that team.
Yeah.
He compared the two teams in terms of talent, chemistry, and belief, the way every player feeds off each other. So many players treat small markets like a stepping stone, a temporary stop before the real spotlight. But Haliburton is proving you can build the spotlight where you are. You don't have to run to LA or beg to be traded to Miami. You can plant roots, own your lane, and even rock short pants on a suit.
How you doing? Yeah, man.
Kevin Garnett recognized that early. He saw the connection between Haliburton and Indiana and knew it wasn't a coincidence. It was a match. A player who values loyalty, teamwork, and the grind, paired with a city that values the exact same things. Indiana was never supposed to be here. Coming into the 2025 season, most people had them pegged as a middle-of-the-pack team at best. Maybe a play-in spot, maybe a first-round exit, nothing flashy, nothing dangerous, just another small-market squad with some nice pieces and not much more. But what no one counted on was how deep this team would dig, how tough they'd become, and how one unselfish, unflinching point guard would keep this engine running. The Pacers just don't have talent, they've got grit, and it shows in the way they play. There's no ego, no hierarchy, just every player trusting each other and playing like they've got something to prove every single night. KG and Paul Pierce also talked about the dogs on the Pacers team. Pascal Siakam brings championship experience. He's been the second option on a title team, and it shows. He knows when to step up, when to defer, and how to lead without overshadowing. He's thriving next to Haliburton, with their two-man game slicing through defenses and setting the tone early. Miles Turner is the anchor. He's not chasing headlines, he's anchoring a defense and punishing sloppy pick-and-roll coverages with timely blocks and silent toughness. There's Aaron Nesmith, a 3-and-D specialist who was once written off, but is now hitting big shots in crunch time and locking up wings with confidence. The same goes for Andrew Nembhard, Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell, and the rest. Every guy in the rotation plays a role, and more importantly, they own it. But this underdog mentality didn't just come out of nowhere. It was forged in how this team has been disrespected. Here's Reggie Miller sharing his opinion on Indiana disrespect.
I think Tyrese is creating his own legacy because when your peers come out and call you overrated. Now, I know there was only like 13 people that said that or whatever on that anonymous poll. Yeah. But when your peers come out there and say you're overrated, I think not only did that light a fuel underneath him, but if his teammates were like, wait a minute, you don't understand what this guy goes through every day. We see him every day in practice. I think it is light a fuel under the pacer.
Whether it's Haliburton being labeled overrated or the entire squad being overlooked as a real threat, Indiana has had to claw for every ounce of respect they've gotten. And every time they've been doubted, they've answered.
I love it, man, and I see what you're doing and you're changing the game, so believe in what you're doing. I see the work that you're putting in, because you just don't wake up and be like this. Keep doing what you do.
Kevin Garnett has praised Tyrese's ability to rise in big moments and carry a team with pure will and skill. And he's doing it without dominating the ball. He's doing it without chasing MVP campaigns or scoring titles. He's doing it by making everyone around him better and doing it in a way that feels sustainable, scalable, and real. And if you're wondering whether this is the ceiling, it's not. Haliburton is only 25. He's still getting better. His decision-making, his shot selection, his defensive reads, everything's sharpening. And if this is what he looks like now, imagine what he'll look like in 3 years, or 5. Maybe he'll end up as the face of the league, as Shaq said.
You have a player here now, Tyrese Haliburton. When KD is gone, when LeBron is gone, when Steph is gone, do you think he could be the face of this league? I say yes.
Do you think that can happen if they win the title? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, check out This Is What the Face of the NBA Actually Looks Like next.